Be open to unconventional connections. They may surprise you with depth and intrigue.
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Dawn Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
Aquarius, this is your weekly reading. We're going to start with social, move on to financial, and then finish up with the love readings, which is Miss Bonnie's favorite. So let's kick off with Miss Bonnie and the astrology for social. What you got, Miss Bonnie?
Aquarius, this week your social life thrives on innovation, connection, and collaboration. You may feel drawn to group activities, networking events, or online communities where ideas flow freely. Engaging with like-minded individuals can inspire new projects, friendships, or creative ventures. You may also meet people who challenge your perspective, encouraging personal growth and expanding your social horizons. While novelty excites you, focus on interactions that have meaningful potential rather than fleeting encounters. Dawn, what does the card say?
Alrighty then. I've been shuffling the cards, folks, and picking up the energies while Miss Bonnie was reading the astrology side. And so tarot, we're going to draw 3 cards. The first card out is the World card, loving that. Second card out is the Moon card. And then the third card out is a 2 of Pentacles. In this reference to, so these cards together tell us in reference to the social side, this is one of those things where don't be surprised if somebody who is a long distance away comes back into your life. They may reach out to you via phone. They may reach out to you via email or text or WhatsApp or whatever communications you use these days to communicate. But somebody from a distance is going to reach out to you, and they're going to probably do it in kind of a hello thing, but also for questions. Okay, so they may have questions for you, they may have ideas for you, they may have something else for you. So it could be a question of, hey, we're looking at doing something. Could you plan to join us for this event? Or could you, this is, the good thing is I don't pick up a negative energy, so it's not going to be somebody calling, hey, you have illness in your family, can you come home? It's not one of those, thank goodness. This really is a positive social experience. This is going to be from somebody whom you're looking, and somebody who actually may even have ran across your mind recently, and you were thinking, I wonder what's happening with them or what's up with them. So don't be surprised if this week you receive a call, and the call is going to be, again, from somebody who is pleasantly back into your life, or somebody who's, again, touching base, and they're inviting you to do something, or, again, the conversation leads to something differently. Maybe they're going to come visit you, or maybe you're going to meet in a mutual destination. But it's interesting here, this is a 2, and it's going to be mutually beneficial to both of you for this to work out, because this is that 2, and usually sometimes this is decisions or whatever. This is mutual beneficial in this situation. So both parties are going to be glad to have this reconnection. So it's not somebody in the past that you don't want to talk to. It's somebody in the past that you actually are looking forward to. And I feel a lot of good energy from that, And it's interesting because I think that you're going to probably have an opportunity to have a conversation of catching up, but also one that brings some closure to something. And again, bringing light to something and just reinvigorating and firing up that friendship again. So don't be surprised if whatever happens from this grows that relationship into a more connectivity. So if you haven't talked in years and now you're going to be talking more often. You're going to be communicating more often. But again, a trip is coming out of this too. That's what I see. All right, Ms. Bonnie.
Let's talk about money.
Yes. Can they afford it? Can they afford the trip?
Right. Aquarius, this week brings opportunities for innovative approaches to your finances. You may discover new ways to generate income or streamline expenses using creativity and unconventional strategies. Collaborations, partnerships, or networking could play a key role in your financial gains. While your ideas are forward-thinking, avoid taking those unnecessary risks. Make sure to assess the details carefully before investing time or money into new ventures. Strategic planning ensures that your creativity leads to tangible results. Dawn, what does tarot have to say?
Let's talk about some moolah, moolah, moolah. First card, I like it, a Hermit card. Interesting for this reading. Okay, and Spirit just gave me an interesting picture. I'm going to go into it in a minute, but let me pull the other two cards because they just gave me something fascinating. Yep, there we go. Four of Pentacles. Wow, holy moly! So with Pentacles, and we have the Hermit card, and now we have the Lovers card. The Lovers card, and this ain't a Lovers reading right now. This is a money reading. Oh my goodness! Can we talk? Can we talk? Y'all need to get your house in order. Your budget is out of place, it's out of whack, and it's partially because you ain't got the cojones to tell your significant other they need to stop spending money. And I know this is going to cause some ruffled feathers, and I know I just stepped into an ugly mess. Y'all go ahead, let me know. Come on, send me the messages. Tell me how I am wrong, or better yet, tell me how I'm right. But don't use names because you're going to get yourself in trouble. But this is telling me that somebody's relationship is having problems because the other person will not stop spending money. And it's money you don't have. It's money that's not there. And the Hermit card is that let's get back to the Hermit card. Let's get back to what is aligned with us. What do we have to spend? What can we do? Because what happens is that alignment is also about your relationship. What aligned with you in reference to that. So your finances, unfortunately, are just not in their best position right now, but it's because, again, not you. I'm not laying it at your doorstep. However, I am laying it to a degree that you can't have enough influence over the person because you're afraid of being honest. But your honesty is going to send you to your dishonesty or not. And again, I think by not being honest, that is dishonest. By not having a conversation, that's dishonest. By not facing the situation, you are putting your relationship in worse of a situation and a dire jeopardy. And again, you know this. You've been having problems with this. You've already had the conversation, but you got to sit down and come to an understanding, come to an alignment. This is the Star card. Come to an alignment and saying, hey, look, this is all the money we have. And right now we're paying this for mortgage or rent. We're paying this for the car. We're paying this for your car. We're paying this for health insurance. Go through and share the budget. Have this conversation that I'm talking to you in the same way, not accusatory. Have the conversation in an open and dialogue-based conversation. So where you go through your budget and say, look, at the very end, this is all we have left over. Now, what do you think we should do with this? Let's agree and then work from there. Therefore, they help come to the same conclusions you do, and maybe you'll get something from it. But I don't think your finances are good right now. And I think right now you need to get back to what is important financially and get back to the core necessity. Because if you're not, your relationship will pay the price. Your relationship will pay a bigger price. Yeah, I mean, you can always fix your credit, but you know what? If you lose somebody because of their economics, that's really unfortunate. Because that's a bigger loss than the money. That's a bigger loss than anything else. So have the conversation, okay? Sorry not to give them good news, Miss Bonnie. I wish I could, but I don't.
Well, that was in what I had written here, which was, they need to streamline expenses or, work on the budget. So that's about the same thing. Okay, for the moon this week, we have a first quarter on the 29th, right in the beginning, and it is in Capricorn. Now, of course, this is when we do all the work on that project, but to figure out which project it is, find your book, your journal, your phone, whatever you keep your intentions in, and go all the way back to December 30th of 2024. That's when you have the new moon in Capricorn. That's where you should have written down your intentions. That will tell you what project to work on. Now, for the void, of course, here we go. On the 29th, the void will begin at 5:43 a.m. And then it will move into Capricorn at 9:55 a.m. Now on October 1st at 3:33 in the afternoon, it will begin the void. And then later that night at 7:52 p.m., it will move into Aquarius. On October 3rd, it goes to the beginning, it begins the void, excuse me. And then it stays that way until October 4th at 2:07 a.m. So that's about 8 hours. That's the longest void we have this week, and that's not too bad. Then it moves into the sign of Pisces. October 6th, that's the beginning of next week, so we're not even going to go into that one.
I think we'll wrap it there. Thanks, Ms. Bonnie.
Okay. Just a little further. But let's talk about love. Aquarius.
Do we have to? We
have to. Just hush. This week brings fresh energy and excitement into your love life. If you're in a relationship, you may feel inspired to experiment with new ways of connecting, whether through shared projects, creative dates, or playful conversations. Intellectual connection is key, so embrace discussions that spark curiosity and mutual understanding. For you singles out there, attraction is likely to come from someone unconventional or intriguing, someone who challenges your perspective and keeps you engaged. Be open to unexpected encounters. Romance could appear where you least expect it. All right, Dawn, and it's on you now.
After the financial read, I don't even know if I want to know what's going on here. I was like, oh my goodness. But I'm going to take a step in that direction. Here we go. I'm going to draw carefully. Let me peek. I have a 6 of Pentacles. Oh my God, that's such a good card to see compared to what I just saw. That's a good card to see. The reason why I say that, folks, is that with the 6 of Pentacles, that is balance. Pentacles is balance. It's about balance, and it's wonderful. So I see, believe it or not, that to bring balance in the relationship, having that conversation we talked about, which is super important, and having a conversation about how to balance the budget will bring balance back to the relationship as well. So I love this because it's return to balance, return to what is balance. All right. There has to be a change. I love this, the devil card. And remember not the devil card, I'm sorry, the death card. And when the death card comes out, let me make it clear one more time that the death card is one of only 2 change cards in the deck. The other change card in the deck is the Tower card. The Tower card tells you that something changes that you have no control over. You did not start, you will not finish, and you cannot control. You can only manipulate to your advantage your situation in reference to it. This card tells me the death card is you brought about the change. You created the change, whether knowingly or unknowingly, you brought the change. Okay, so this is you bringing, again, a change to your economics and bringing it back to balance so that you also bring your relationship back to balance. By changing your philosophy on what you think you can tell your significant other, and telling them, hey, being honest with them about the money, they're like, oh my gosh, we have now something even closer to share. We can work on this together. And how wonderful is that? So I see a shift in your relationship, in your love life, that it comes from the shift in the economics, which I'm liking it very much. And then we have the devil card here, which again is that pessimism or that negative energy, which we're going to shake it off. We're shaking off, which is that change we talked about, shaking off the negative, because again, we've been in a bit of a funk because of the money, but we're changing it, which is wonderful. And then we have a 9 of Wands, again, which is, it's going to take some work, but you know what? You got this, which is wonderful, because that's what it's saying is that we're going to get through this. It's going to be fine. It's not as bad as you think it is, by the way. And then ultimately we have an Ace of Swords. And this is that new beginning of a new way of thinking about how we're spending money, and therefore how we are now in a relationship where we now can have these new conversations. Because again, you're going into new territory about conversations. You're going into new territory about the way in which you communicate with each other. So believe it or not, I think this economic situation that we talked about in the previous grouping really will have a very positive impact in their relationship, because if the relationship was getting tattered and torn because of the economics, this is saying that that conversation and then that plan of how to work through it is going to be a unifier for them. They're going to feel like, hey, we're doing this together. We're facing the world together, and together we're going to start fresh and new. and ultimately it's going to be a positive thing. So I think that this, believe it or not, is even though I saw it as a scary thing on the backside, in this essence, it tells me that these are the couples that want to make this happen, and they're going to grow from this. And that's one thing, is when it's not always the hurdle that you hit, it's what you do after you hit the hurdle. Do you fall apart? Do you crumble? Do you scramble? Do you run to safety? Or do you say, you know what? I'm going to put on my big boy pants. I'm going to put on my big girl pants. I'm going to put on my boots, and we're just going to march forward. And that's what I'm getting here. These couples that I'm seeing are going to march forward. Now, if I go one more thing, though, and that's in reference to, if you're not coupled up yet, by the way, I don't see an energy here for a couple, an uncoupled situation. These cards are just clearly calling to couples. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of direction for an uncoupled relationship person this week. So I don't have much to give for you in that. So you have to turn it back to Miss Bonnie's astrology and hope the hell that works.
We can hope, right?
Exactly. With that said, folks, please let us know. Let us know how this resonates with you. Share some information with you. And remember, we are not like a lot of the YouTube channels. We will respond to your questions, and we will even a comment, we will respond. We will send you and let you know that we appreciate that. So we invite them very much. Go ahead and send us a comment. Let us know what's happening in your world. Does this resonate with you? While you're at it, help a friend. And help us as well. We'd love it because you help us grow our channel. But by sharing this out, you help a friend. There may be a friend who is facing this very similar thing and thinking there is no hope. There are no options. There are no choices. And if they receive this message, you may change their dynamic. You may change their relationship. And how wonderful it is that you may be the person that saved them from what could be a catastrophic situation in the end. So share this out, please. We would appreciate it. While you're doing it, hit that subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. If you're on Sonoran Mystic Tarot, which is my channel, pop over to Your Love Goddess, which is Miss Bonnie's, and click that subscribe and share button over there. If you're on her side, pop over to Sonoran Mystic Tarot, which is mine, and hit the subscribe. When you hit the subscribe buttons, I do remind you to hit the little bell icon that pops up, and that is notification at all. When you click that bell for each of these, you'll get notice anytime we go live, anytime we post something, or anytime that the moon rises. I don't know. Anyway, the good part, you don't have to find us. We find you. And if you still have energy left in you and you still have some goodness of spirit and will, hit the cards and constellations page as well and do the same thing there. Until next week, love, light, and blessings from Miss Bonnie and her family, me and my family, to you and to yours. Have an amazing one. And I'm looking forward to hearing how this resonates with you. I really am. I'm excited. I'm optimistic. Have a great one. Bye.